Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Condor Bushlore, which is a bushcraft style knife. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. Thanks. Condor Tool and Knife is based out of El Salvador. They've been making knives for a very long time. Particularly, they make knives with wood handles and they make a lot of classic traditional designs. And this is a bushcraft style knife. Comes in their very typical style of packaging. And let's just open this up to take out what's inside. We've got a sheath. We've got the knife. We've got some product information for their various products. We've got some, I believe, stickers and probably, just a kind of a maintenance instruction card for the carbon steel knife. Let's get this out of the way. Let's have a look at the sheath first, since it is out. Very nice quality, nice and thick. You know, Condor always makes nice sheaths. I've got different products and the sheath quality is always good, very consistent, nice and thick. Loop is good, not a dangler. You need to add a dangler system if you want. This is just a belt loop that you have to thread through your belt, but overall can't complain about the sheath. We'll get back to that in just a while. We have the knife packaged over here, wrapped in plastic. Let's try to get that out carefully. Always hold the back end. Now there's a plastic tip protector that got left inside. Won't worry about that now. And let's just have a look at this knife. Look at that nice dark walnut handle. Really like that look. And just this design. Now this specific design really, I think, has kind of represented what is known as a bushcraft knife, and I believe this is due to the Ray Mears Woodlore knife, which he came up with, and I think that design definitely, this has been influenced by that knife and looks very, very similar. Of course, the difference would be the price. Ray Mears knife, you can't get the original design, but his current version, I believe, is 395 pounds. This retails for about $70 US. You can get it for about $60 US, thereabouts. But they look very similar. I can't tell about the performance, but definitely if you're looking for that style of knife, this fits the bill. And very nice look. Very solid, just feels solid. The handle feels good, very comfortable. It's got a swell, as you can see. It's not just straight, so that fits just so well in the palm and just feels good. Let's maybe talk about a bit about the specs. So the blade length is 4 5/16 inches. The overall length is 9 5/16 inches, so that's a 5-inch handle. This is 1075 high carbon steel. The blade thickness is 1/8 of inch or 3 millimeters. Very ideal thickness for this size of a knife, and many people feel that for this sort of knife, the blade should not be more than 3 millimeters. I'm not sure if I share the opinion, but that's what a lot of people feel. The weight is 0.77 pounds. This is hardwood, and the finish of the knife is blasted satin. So overall, I think my initial impressions it just feels very good. This is a Scandi grind. It looks a bit imperfect for the edge. It looks like it needs to be stropped just a bit. Let's just maybe test the sharpness on some paper. So factory edge. Well, it cuts, as you can see, it's very sharp, but I can feel those micro burrs on the edges. So I do feel that I'm going to strop this up just a bit before I bring it out to the field to test. Let's just check the sheath. Yeah, nice fit. No way that is coming out in any way. So that's really a nice, good fit, and very beautiful, pretty knife. Definitely one of those knives that you feel happy to carry out. Let's see the edge. It is sharp, but I'm not sure if it's sharp enough to strike a ferro rod. Let's give that a try. Yep, you can get sparks from a ferro rod. All right, So I'm going to bring this out to the field. We're going to test this out with some Woodcraft, and I'll share my thoughts after that.
So we've just completed a number of field tests with the Condor Bushlore. Now overall, in terms of the feel of the knife, it's ergonomic, it's comfortable, the size is right. If you're looking for a small to medium size fixed blade for Woodcraft or Bushcraft, I think this is a nice handy size. I didn't have any fatigue when I was using it, and absolutely, no problem with the fit and finish. Aesthetically, I do like this knife. Could be just that influence of the bushcraft style knife, or what is supposed to be an ideal looking bushcraft knife creeping in, but personally, yeah, I do like the look of it. Now in terms of battening, not a problem as well. It could go through quite hard wood. This is 1075 steel, not the hardest, but still went through very nicely, and I could batten and get smaller pieces. Now when it came to feather sticking, I thought the Scandi grind would actually make it really simple, but I found it a bit tough in the sense that the curls I was getting were thicker than I'd usually get if I was using some other knives. I also found that it broke off more often, so shorter curls, thicker curls wasn't as good, and I was wondering if it was just that piece of wood, or was it my technique for that particular position. So I took out my Tops Brachimo knife, and I did feather sticks on the other end, and it was great, right? I had no problems making thin curls, pretty long curls, and really effortless. So I came back to look at this knife, and I was wondering, it's just the grind. Maybe it's a bit steeper and it's a bit shallow. It's a very short grind, as you can see, and maybe that makes it harder to feather stick. But again, it could just be me. I'm not used to this knife. If you have this knife and you have no problem feather sticking, you think it's great, do let me know in the comments below. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. So overall, I think if you're looking for a bushcraft knife and this kind of appeals to you, because it does look like the Ray Mears Woodlore knife, but this is of course a fraction of the cost, you might like to pick this up. In terms of the feather sticking, that's something you have to find out for yourself, or probably just adjust and get used to it, because knives are tools and you really have to get used to your tools to use them right, and the more you use them, the better you're going to be at it. So this is my first time in terms of a field test for this knife, so it could be very well me, not the knife. But let me know your thoughts and what you think of the Condor Bushlore. Do you own it? And if you do own it, do you find that it's a great knife for camp tasks, bushcraft or woodcraft? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.